Beautiful people of God, Sanbunoni. I hope you guys are good in this beautiful Wednesday, as opposed to these other days that were just traumatic when it comes to rain. To those that are in Cape Town, I hope you guys are good. I hope you guys are safe, because we've been seeing things when it comes to the storm and the rain and everything and the flooding. And to all the other people that were affected with the floods, prayers up for you guys. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Tato. This is a channel about all things conversations. I think I should actually call it all things realization and all things reflection, all things revelation, because whoa, those that are new, thank you for just giving this channel a chance and hearing us out as a community. And this is a safe space for you to disagree, to agree, because we are a mature bunch, okay? We are not those people that we go out there and do funny things in comment sections and our ways of thinking. So I would like to think that this is a safe space to disagree and agree. And those that keep coming back, guys, I'll do this. Like, we are just gonna have to have like our own little signature dab, like Sean Twana. Thank you so much for continuing to just come back and just lending an ear and whatever it is, whether it's observation. Nani labo. Niazaz, thank you. Today we're gonna talk about being bullied for your calling. I think I'm realizing now that God is an intentional God. I've been reading the book of Esther, and I just see the way things, funny enough, there was somewhere where someone said that you notice that in the book of Esther, God is not mentioned there, but you can actually see God's fingerprint in that entire book. Anyway, that's just besides the point. Reading the book of Esther just made me realize how intentional God is. Like, from your life literally is planned out, is literally planned out from your mother's womb. And it just keeps affirming me. And you know, almost when you read scripture, there are things that will be like a light revelation to you in the season that you need for them to be. So in this season, that's what I understood with the book of Esther. I just saw how God orchestrated everything from the time that Esther had to go into the palace, to Mordecai being the assistant, to the people within, or people inside the palace that actually helped and found favor, and Esther found favor in their sight. For me, it was like, what? To the time the enemy of the Jews, which was Haman, whatever you want to call him, wanted to destroy the Jews at a specific time, a specific date, couple of like months, whatever. The very same thing that he wanted to do to those people, it turned around for good for Esther and the Jews, to a point where he was meaning, you know, the scripture that we always say that we always see, I think it's in the book of Psalms, that speaks about those that dig up a ditch for you, or a pit for you to fall into, will be the very same people that will actually fall into. So those that actually plan traps or plan evil things or wicked things against you, God literally turns it around for good. It was just amazing for me to see, right? So now it just gave me this, man, God just works things out for good. And everything that God orchestrates in my life, every season, is good. That includes my eyes, where they are positioned or how they are positioned, my ears, my mouth, my body structure, how I used to be big, and him inspiring me to lose weight. And for some reason, I did not just lose weight, like I literally shrunk and became like a little petite person, ne? And it is not some like, people that know me in my 20s literally cannot recognize me outside of just me, or maybe them seeing me in social media streets and knowing that, okay, this is Tato, like literally. But I was so different, from my height to my body to, I was not big, but I was like, you know, when you have a tiny waist, even if you stretch, you know, you stretch in a more socially acceptable way, because you'll have your hips and your booty, and your waist will still be tight, and your boobs will not be like, so that's why I'm saying socially acceptable because of how we are constructed in just socially. I'm not saying the right body type and whatever, but I'm just saying the way people see a cute body. That's why people do BBLs and all these things, right? So we're not going to argue about that. Now that I see that, I'm like, man, I could have been bullied. I was bullied. I don't want to lie. From family members to people. Sometimes, when people misunderstand where you are going, because, and now where you might not even know, because I didn't know, right? Let me just go. Oh, because I like to just go. So I've always been someone who was voluptuous, if we could call it that way, right? And then there was a point in my life where I just didn't like how I looked, because of I felt like I was attracting the people that don't really want to know me for me. They're just attracted by my body. That is the honest truth, because wherever I would be, you would say hello just by seeing, and not wanting to, and I would fall in those traps, because yes, I've got that body and whatever. So, but there was a time in my life where I was like, I just want to go on a metabolism diet, because I just want to kind of like shrink my stomach. And because I was on a journey, I don't know, I don't know, but I was approaching my 30s, and something just felt like I needed a change. And I think I was around 27 years old, because I had my daughter at 28. And by the time I was already like restructuring how I eat and everything, but alcohol, plenty, fast food, plenty, and that obviously would be the reason why I would not like lose weight, right? So then after I had my baby girl, I just decided, I think it was that 30 mark that just happens to women, Jay, where you just feel like I don't know what happens, but it happens from 29, Jay. There's a shift that happens. So that shift happened for me, and I went on this metabolism diet. Yo, guys, that metabolism diet did not waste time. After I finished that diet, I could not even eat streetwise 2, and I loved streetwise 2. I would have one piece of chicken, and my stomach would just be so sore, So I truly believe that diet started everything and shrunk my stomach, because even now I can't eat. I'm unable to eat big portions without feeling uncomfortable. So that's why I have to eat like small portions. If you live around me, you know that even nekota, like I would eat it and then leave it for a couple of moments, eat it. Like I'm just that person, and I love small portions and eating this, then, and that. So I'm one person who would go to a restaurant and eat starters. Like I'd be okay with having starters. I'd have wings, I'd have chips, I'd have chicken livers, I'd have taco, I would have, nachos, and all of those things. Anyway, so I shrunk. But for some reason, I feel like even my height, because the way people look at me, the people that were around in my life, like, they actually do say, like, you've just, shrinkile, and you shrunk even your height. I don't know if that's what weight loss does to people, but I was not big, but the way it is. So I used to say to people, no, it's because of the way things are. And I'm saying this with all, I don't know, humility or sincerity, but we see a lot of black women, that are like the people that you went to school with, also even your 20-something-year-olds that are like big, like they don't, it seems like it's one of the things that they put on the back, Jay, when it comes to eating healthy or maintaining weight or maintaining health and just like a good, body. And it's more praised when you have like your big arms and your curves, to a point where like even now as a person that is small, I'm speaking about me. It would be so weird for me, even in family gatherings, because you'd see someone this year, next year they've just, and then they come to you and make you feel like you're the bad one for being the one that maintains your weight in the family, because everyone is big, everyone is, has gained weight because of whatever reasons. But you are the one that's made to feel like you're the outcast or you're the bad one. to a point where I would be bullied, man. Bullying comes in different ways. I think, Mina, I don't know, maybe I have a thick skin or whatever, but there are things that get to me that are like, after I'm just sitting, I'm like, hi man, there was a pattern of bullying here. Why did this person say this in this gathering? Why did this person say this? And I'm very afterthoughtish, if I could put it like that, because it happens. I would smile about it and laugh about it in that moment. Or it would be quick when someone else comes to me and says, did you really hear what this person said? Like, that was not nice of them to say. Then that's when I'll think about it. But I'm very afterthoughtish. Like, it would be like something that I would have to sit down and reflect or whatever. And then it's like, now last time this person made the same joke. And this other, you know. So people would make fun of my food. People would make fun of how I eat. Funny enough, it's because they would see me when I'm in my comfort, when I'm at home, through videos, WhatsApp or whatever. Because in those gatherings, I'm not a fussy person. I eat, you know, I eat. I'm not someone that's like, when it's family gatherings, I go in my little corner and fetch my scarfteen, you know. So that's why I'm saying, it's okay. I don't know what makes them uncomfortable, but they would actually make like snide remarks about that. There are also some things that how you are raised. And I'm actually realizing now, this thing of being like a wellness thing has been something that is in my family because of how my parents chose to feed us, you know. Even my cousins, they would actually come and be like, yo, you know, this steam course, like we eat like food that is boiled or steamed and stuff like that, like hospital food, they would say. But it helps me because I've adjusted properly. I've adjusted easily when it came to even my palate, you know, even my mindset around vegetables. There are people that gag at the thought of vegetables, but for me it was not a problem. For my children it is not a problem. They eat right as well. So that's how I also raised my children. That's how, you know, so health is legacy as well. Like, so many things are just legacy and you don't even realize it. So now I'm thinking, even my weight is my calling. If maybe we can, as a people, try to understand that God is so intentional with everything. And Nati, when we become intentional in our lives, we will see the call of God in our lives. Instead of maybe just wanting to sit and be like, what is my purpose? You know, so because a lot of people don't realize or don't understand the whole thing of purpose, myself included, but there's this thing that purpose is supposed to be something that is tangible and something that has to, you know, be out there and explosive and like, hey, but you don't realize how much purpose you bring by just allowing everything that you do to glorify God and allowing God to do what he needs to do in every season of our lives. Back to my weight loss. I've lost weight and it's been a couple of years, right? And I'm fine with my petite self and my itty bitty self. So it's now, I'm understanding now, number one, because from 2020, someone actually came to our church and came to me and prophesied to me, you know, and said to me, you know what, I'm here to bring these news to you and I don't know how you're going to take them. And obviously I was doing my 9 to 5, right? And she gave me this prophetic word and told me about working with children. And in that moment, I was like, yo, no. If you knew me then, not now. Children, I'd be like, hey, yeah, pick you up, put you down. But for some reason, children always loved me. And I thought it was just because I was just, you know, my aura, if I could put it like that. But I'm never a hateful person. And I think children can actually tell, okay, this one I can actually go ask from, because they just carry a spirit that is friendly and whatever. I'm approachable, if I could put it like that. So children can sense that. So I thought it's just then. Fine. 2020, late 2020, when churches started opening, but the elders, you know, of the church wouldn't come. So that was after this prophetic word, right? I'm like, yo, mama, Mina, I'm just doing my thing, corporate. I don't know. But she's like, yes, your mental in. I'm like, oh, I hear you, woman of God. But that was my mom. That was not me, you know, because my mom My mom, full in, yeah. She used to, like, may her soul rest in peace, like, she used to be full in when it comes to children and women and everything. And I was running away from actually being like her, because I was like, I don't want to be that person. I want to be me. I don't want to be the person that's like, everyone is expecting me to be like, complete what your mama didn't finish. And look at me. Silly old me, stupid old me. But anyway, yeah, 2020 late. Then, there was umama that was taking care of the Sunday school children. So she couldn't come back because of the whole thing. Abantu abadala can still stay at home. But if you young people want to still come in fellowship, you can come in fellowship. There was that thing. So because children were making a noise, and I was asked by someone, can you just go, please, and just, do your thing, because you are a fun person, just take care of these children. And I was like, okay, fine. After that, another mama comes and tells me, why don't you just do this full time? Because these children, they love you. They literally vibe with you. Like, you just said hello and they just calm down, I was like, oh, okay. Maybe it's because they just see intanga yabo, their age mate, because of how small I am by frame. Okay. Fast forward, I'm now a Sunday school teacher. From 2020 to now, 4 years, I thought it was just a 6 months, 3 months type of thing until Abu Mama come back and do their thing, but it was not the case. Sharp. Another opportunity fell on my lap, literally fell on my lap, where I'm now doing something full time when it comes to children. And it's like, okay, sharp. Anyway, even those children, they just started vibing with me. So I'm like, Mara, maybe. Imagine if I listened to the people that were telling me, Guti, I now just start eating and looking like a mother. People used to say that to me, Guti, you're starting to look like your son's sister. Start looking like, be like a mother, look like someone's mother. And I'm like, I can't. My face, I'm in my late 30s. There's nothing I can do. What must I do with this face? What must I do with my childlike spirit? I literally have a childlike spirit. Like, I'm not serious. I'm serious. Maybe you might think I'm serious right now, but like, when it comes to things, I'm not serious at all. I like to laugh about situations. I like to be in very fun situations, and I'm someone that just, I have a childlike spirit. And to some people, it translates as immaturity, because people would tell me that, as an age, too much, I'm immature and all of that. So all of those things, if I had listened to them, how was I going to relate to the children that now God has called me to be a mother to? No, tell me. So that's when I'm like, hey man, I think even my structure, like, maybe children relate to me because I have this small structure and I'm able to run around with them, and I'm able to roll around in the grass and pick them up and do funny things with them because of my structure, because of my mind, because of how God has planned it. Maybe around the time when I wanted to be thickums and whatever, it's because of the time that maybe I was just attracting the people that I was attracting, but that was not really the core of who I am. I might gain a little bit of weight right now, maybe if tomorrow I gain weight, but I don't think it's gonna get to that point, because right now I'm called for these people, and I'm called for to be able to relate with them in this sense, because there's a lot of maybe serious people around them, or people that don't give out or take out that fun element and playful element of children, that children have become so rigid. Children have become so interested in things that are very far from them, because people want to make them grow up so fast. They don't want them to play. They don't want them to wear leggings and just, do like somersaults and stuff like that. But I allow children to do that, and they love it so much. And I've noticed a lot of people that are like, hey, sit still. Hey, don't, I know we are in a climate where, a lot of assaults happen and all of that. But why are our children living in fear of being children? Because everyone has to tell them, hey, sit still, you're a girl. Hey, close your legs. This child doesn't even know, but you're already feeding something in them, Guti, they need to, because they're attracting people. No, this child just wants to be a child. So I think I bring that out in children, because I also just end up being a child myself. So now I'm thinking, if I listened to people and they are bullying, and forced myself to be what they wanted me to be? Was I even going to be so expressive, or was I going to be so comfortable and so fitting like a glove in the calling of my life that God has called me, or one of the callings in my life, or one of the ministries? Because it's literally just, it's just showing itself. It's very evident that God is really calling me to children. God is calling me to discipling them and to, you know, raising them up, and for them to become beautiful and wonderful members of communities through the fruits of the Spirit, you know. When it comes to other things, there are other people that can do that. Many times, maybe let's say, for example, academics or whatever. But when it comes to nurturing and loving and giving them, you know, the ability to have peace, to have love, to have gentleness, and no, don't fight, you know, speak kahle with other people, you know, I'm able to give children that. And I can see the fruits of that in their lives. But when it comes to other things, maybe there are other people that are available for that, for them in their lives. So I think maybe now we just reflect on the things that you are seeing. This is a pattern, literally a pattern that God wants me to be a part of. I'm realizing that this is my calling, but I've just been hiding it because I felt misunderstood. I felt secluded. I felt bullied. But what if that is the actual thing that you need to be a part of? Like, you need to be stubborn in that. If you are someone where in your community, your friendships, your family, you're the one that feels, you know what, I need to quit having sex, meaning like I need to quit having this or that, or things that everyone is doing, but your heart is telling you, Uti, it's time to stop, but you can't stop because everyone around you is doing it, and you actually feel like, okay, if I started, it's going to be more against me than more with me, and I'm going to feel bullied and whatever. Let me just stop. But let me encourage you, whatever it is that you feel like people are, it's a bully tactic from you, and you feel strongly and deeply about it, like I did with my weight loss, I did with nurturing and caring, I do even right now about a boy child, a man, male figure. I do. Yes, people will call me whatever they call me, but I've seen, you know, the fruits of how it is when you have healthy boys, how they engage or engage with other girls. Like even the children in the Sunday school, they used to just kick anyone and everyone, but now there's this thing and the sense that they need to protect their sisters, you know. They don't ask each other out, abashelani and all of that. Instead, there were other boys that came to the Sunday school this one time, and they all came to me with, this one said something nasty to this one, and this one kulma uzomshela and whatever. So there's this now protection, you know. They're the first ones to run and get chairs and help and all of that. So I'm seeing that little by little, and it might not be something that people can see because they're like, still also. But for me, there's little things that I'm looking and I'm like, yo, I remember you used to be like this when you came here, like 2 years down the line. Now you are able to even do this and actually do this to a girl and whatever. So those are the things that I'm seeing. I'm like, yo, imagine if I was stubborn enough, because I was stubborn, especially when it comes to children. I was very stubborn, but I've always just been someone that's like, okay, I said I want to be the change I want to see. Okay, I said I want to serve, because okay, you know. So even at church, it was like, please. I'm like, okay, let me avail myself. Okay, I'm there, and I'll be able to also do other things in the church. It's fine. It's fine. I can't be the one that always complains, Wuti, there's not this, and then I sit down and fold my arms. No. So guys, bullying, blessing. I can't really want to, your mess into your message. So you're bullying into your blessing, calling into your whatever, conquering. So just think about it, guys. Think about the areas in which you felt uncomfortable and just see the hand of God in them, and just continue being you. And allow God, don't be stubborn, because sometimes we become so stubborn and we don't even see the hand of God and the move of God, or where God has now done this. Where it's like, no, I don't want you here, but you keep saying you're doing it for me. I don't want you here. You know, like I did with my 9 to 5, I was like, I book God. It had to take a retrenchment. Even right now, it's like, God, it had to take me having free time. It had to take that panini to happen for me to be like, okay, let me take care of these kids. It had to take all of those things for me to realize, oh, that prophetic word, you know. So God knows us. He knows I'm stubborn, but at the same time, when it clicks, I see it, and I'm not even gonna play around and say, no, I don't want to do that anymore. It's just quicker to just go with whatever God says. It's just easier. That's what I wanted to say. Bullying, you guys must stop bullying. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you found something in this realization of mine. So guys, itty bitty bodies, they matter. Itty bitty boobies, they matter, okay? There's a reason why you got your itty bitty booty and your itty bitty boobie. Because maybe God just wants you to be an athlete and run. You know, those things will be heavy for you. So the itty bitty ones, guys, I even watch Korean dramas because I relate with their body type, and I relate with the slowness, you know, of life that I want, I desire. So, and I've become so comfortable. So you ever know what it's also what we consume? Because ever since it's been years veiling watching them, but like each and every time I'm just like, hey, this is my body type. This is how I should dress. I should not force myself to be like this and that and that. And I'm so comfortable now because I feel like there's a community of us out there, Koreans, that actually have like your small waist and whatever. So guys, people will even make you feel bad for having like a flat stomach. That's how bad it is out there. Like where you feel like, yo, I think I need to, you know, just have a little pouch so that I can feel like I'm one with the people. It's just not every black woman and whatever, you know, it's things that I see around me, and I'm limited when it comes to people that share the same lifestyle and ways of living with me. So it becomes a little scarce. Yeah. Anyway, bye guys. Be cheerio, guys. Bye.